Hey, that was kind of cool. From rain to rain,
I
rain
think y'all
in the
drinking that wine
song.
too much.
Or was it fire
Smoking them
burning?
tweeds and everything. Wearing old clothes on.
I get
hats off your ass.
confused.
What the hell's going on today?
Hey, what's up? Welcome, Crash, Densa, Kimberly, and anyone else out there already. We're starting early. Crash, you only got to see the beginning of the stream yesterday, maybe a little after the stream crash. Crash all around. Yes, I am pretty salty about all the stream crashes lately. I'm trying to keep that bottled up, because if I unleash it, it will not be fun. We're likely to have more troubles. They haven't begun yet, but I have not had a stable internet connection for the purposes of streaming for a couple of weeks now, with little to no control over it. So we'll deal. Let's just assume and expect that the stream will hiccup at a few points. It might even bomb out at a couple points, and we will push through and restart and continue. Lamia, if you're out there, we should make a more formal plan for what to do with the VODs. If I can keep the local recordings going throughout, I'll probably do well to upload those when the streams are all broken up on Twitch. Seems almost every day recently they've been broken up on Twitch. So we'll push through it. No, Crash, don't worry about mentioning it. I'm just, it's what we have to deal with. It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up today. Doesn't matter where I route the traffic. Something's not going well at TDS, so it is what it is. Where are we at in the game? Made it to Zora's Domain. We spent a good chunk of time yesterday getting here, but it really wasn't so bad. And it is going to keep raining in Zora's Domain until we deal with Divine Beast Varuta. So we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that today. We are woo, welcome in. Yeah, this is part of me misses some of those days. The only time Jay has a drinking problem is when he spills it. It actually did get a little out of hand, I think, at times. So I look forward to having a beer again one day, but I'm going to be on meds for a while yet. So still off the table. Auto host rolling in. Gudgeum, Rexa, Dragon Fury, Fluffy Bunny, and Green Leader. Thank you all for the host love. So we're starting early today. What I've been feeling lately is a sense of not having enough time. Now, I can't go crazy, and I am not ready to bump the streams up to 6 hours on a daily basis yet, but I think I'm making progress here. And what I've noticed just in terms of the game, and this is not new, it was always this way. You spend a few hours playing a game, and it's only after, at least in this setting, it's only after an hour or two, I start to really settle in. That groove doesn't come right away, not usually, so it takes a little while to get into the groove. And then by that time, we're on the homeward stretch. We're almost done with the stream for the day. And that's bumming me out a little, because when you're having fun, you don't want to stop. So I figured we'll start a little early, and if the stream allows, maybe we'll run a little late. We'll see what happens. Then tomorrow, and take it day by day. Old Snake, thank you for the auto host, and Yeoman Chambers. Densa, I will be jealous. I will enjoy it vicariously through you. Please have the beer for me. So Varuta, we don't want to rush off. We've got to go do some things to prepare, anyways. But the main quest being to destroy Ganon, and the optional main quest to free all the divine beasts of legend before going after Ganon, which we will do, as well as trying to piece together Link's missing memories. He's been asleep for 100 years. He's got, actually we should be able to see them now. There are 18 memories that can be recovered. 12 of them are marked in the picture album, in our Sheikah slate. These 12 locations represent specific places in the world where if Link visits, he can trigger a recall of a memory that he has lost. And it's worth doing, partly because they are important pieces of the tale, but also because there is a slightly different ending, and I won't spoil it, but restoring all his memories does have an effect on the end of the game when we finally get there. So today, I think we'll be spending a lot of time in the Zora domain. We don't have to stay there the whole time. But there's plenty to do here, and I do want to tackle Divine Beast Varuta today. It's one of the larger dungeons. The 4 Divine Beasts are the larger dungeon puzzles in this Zelda. And they're fun. They're good. I'd like to get to one of those. It'll also give us an extra heart container when we complete that. And if you saw yesterday how quickly and easily I fall to my death or are struck down in combat, I would like a few more hearts. I also want a bigger stamina wheel. I've got 1 extra stamina container. I'd love to pick up a couple more. So, plenty to do, whole world to explore, and once we get a little beefier, once we have a little bit more gear to help us swim, gear to stealth a little more easily, once we upgrade a couple pieces of gear so that it's physically better at protecting Link, I think we'll be able to wander off in any direction and find whatever adventures await. For now, we'll stay a little bit more on task, just because Link is pretty fragile. Doing all right on the weapons, though. Already have a decent set of weapons for early game. To have weapons in 20s and 30s for damage. Plus, if we complete the Divine Beast Varuta as part of this whole quest chain, there's the opportunity to get a very good weapon, very good spear weapon, which can even be remade if it gets destroyed. And since weapons are so fragile in the game, you know they will. It will. So we've been tasked with going after the Divine Beast. We've been given 1 piece of the Zora armor set. Link is wearing that right now. I don't remember. I would either have to stumble across them or look them up, or if somebody wants to share, if they remember where the other 2 pieces of the Zora armor come from. There are armor sets that can be purchased in their entirety. There are some that need to be found around the world in chests. And there's even a small exception to that where later in the game there's a particular vendor that lets you buy most of the things you've missed, though they cost a fortune. But the Zora armor, we've already got a boost to swim speed. It would be nice to have even more of a boost to swim speed. Okay, so we have to gather shock arrows in order to weaken the Divine Beast. We've not really seen yet. And is it, what was his name? Muzu? The old cranky Zora? Very old cranky Zora who just is not okay with Link, the champion, who once upon a time failed to save the Princess Mipha, the champion. A lot of people here resent Link, think he's responsible for her death. There's the statue of Mipha. And Muzu was supposed to collect these arrows. I think that was his job. He doesn't want anything to do with us now. You came all the way here, but it was in vain. I have no desire to speak with you. Listen well, Muzu. There is something you need to know. He who stands here, the man called Link, is the one whom my sister Mipha had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I did not know it myself at the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories, some of which were about my sister's undying love for a Hylian named Link. What? No! You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie. Not this Zora. How could Lady Mipha possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon Princess Mipha's statue. It is the truth, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mipha's heart.
I was thinking. This reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child. Always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time, I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know.
They never do.
Perhaps we could spend some time together.
I think that's the first of Link's memories that he's recalled. What is the matter, Link? Are you unwell? You are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter? Well, I remember Mipha now. What? Do not mistake me for a fool, Hylian. There's no way you just remembered her. Just now when it's most convenient? In any case, without any solid proof, I cannot possibly take you at your word. If you have any such proof, now is the time to show it. Do so, and I shall tell you how to get those shock arrows. Yes, as well as anything else you wish to know. Have you truly not figured it out yet? You old fish. Simply take a closer look at what Link is wearing. You really think changing your clothes is gonna make me... What in the... That is the Zora armor from before. Lady Mipha made that by hand, and yet it fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this? Now, you understand, do you not? Now you know who her heart belonged to, who she made this special armor for. The fact that this armor fits Link perfectly should be proof enough that Mipha made it for him, and him alone. You've always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity. That is why Mipha never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us all, Muzu. Please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. Knowing you, I bet you've already figured it out. I never would have imagined she would make that special armor for one such as he. I do not approve of asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora. That means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior towards you. As promised, I shall tell you where you can collect as many shock arrows as you will need. That tall mountain over yonder, it is called Ploymus Mountain, and there you will also find Shatterback Point. A terrifying creature has made its home up there. This awful beast shoots volley after volley of shock arrows. Even a single one could be fatal to a Zora. Aha! You must mean that Lionel. He is a man-beast, that one. That beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. He's vicious, to be sure, but I'm certain Link will rise to the challenge. In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate that you will need, at least 20 shock arrows. Do you think you can gather that many? Why do you still doubt him, Muzu? I have no doubt he will be triumphant. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Ploymus Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. That Zora armor should come in handy. Just swim to the waterfall basin, and then go up the waterfall from there. I'll wait at the East Reservoir Lake, right by the Divine Beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows, then come join me. We're on it. Wonderful! Together we shall stop that Divine Beast's onslaught. Give us a smile, Sidon. Give us a grin. Alright, I was waiting to break from the cutscene to respond much to chat. Hello, Simpika, hope you're doing well. This fine Friday. I'm doing pretty good here. Wanted to start early so we could have more time to settle in and have some more fun. 'Cause I'd like some more. Yeah, Densa, I did hear about this this program, and I was just reading about it before the stream, the affiliate program. I don't know how I feel about that yet. The short of it is, given certain much more reasonable conditions being met by a streamer, you're going to at some point be able to take subscriptions with one emote available to subscribers for affiliates, but there will be a way to subscribe through Twitch to non-partnered channels that have been entered into the affiliate program. You don't apply to it. Twitch is going to offer it to eligible streamers. The other part of it is somewhere in there is the ability to advertise, and of course there's revenue splitting with Twitch, but cheering with bits, that's meant to be the main mechanism. I don't know what it's going to look like. They haven't said much, but you'll be able to cheer with bits, and that will somehow be split with the streamers. So we'll hear more about it, I'm sure, soon. And right now, all I want is a stable stream and transcoding. It makes me very happy if we have those things. We could just hang on to that. Yeah, see, I don't know how I feel about bits overall, but let's not talk about that. Let's assume for now it's going to be a positive step forward and maybe more to come. Crash, you said something about LaFlat. I think we spoke to LaFlat yesterday. I know you said you weren't here at the end of the stream. I think I have already spoken with him. One is LaFlat. Is he the one doing research on the tablets? Is he the one who wants to find a couple to marry? I think LaFlat does the research on the tablets. He won't talk to us yet. I mean, he'll talk, but he's very angry at us still. I don't think we can take his quest yet. We could maybe try to take on the Lionel, although I am in no shape to do it. But if I gathered up some ingredients and made some food with extra hearts, we might be able to do that. Oh, that's Giato. Oh, which one is LaFlat? She wants the picture of the Lionel. Thank you. Okay, not who I was thinking of at all. Capsun. Capsun. This should be LaFlat. We will do this. Yes. Oh, you are Link, right? Yes, everybody seems to know who we are now. Prince Sidon ran off through the eastern gate. He was shouting something like, "I'm off to stop the Divine Beast! Link the Hylian is coming with me!" I assume that means you're going up Ploymus Mountain in search of shock arrows. If so, I have a request that is somewhat related. There's a red-maned monster called a Lionel that lives on Ploymus Mountain. I really need a picture of a Lionel. It can be a picture of any red-maned Lionel, not just the one on the mountain. So what do you say? Can you get me a picture of a Lionel? Yes. Yes, you bet. Glad that was settled so quickly. See, there's this fool in the domain who goads people into jumping off Shatterback Point on Ploymus Mountain. An incredibly dangerous jump, and this guy pressures people into jumping off by questioning their courage. He's a real bottom feeder. If this keeps up, someone is surely going to wind up horribly injured. I need a picture of a Lionel to show everyone how scary they are. That way, maybe people will stop going up there. Does that answer your question, Link? I'll leave the details to you. Just bring me a picture of a Lionel so I can describe them in terrible detail. Thank you. Look, we will probably not fight the Lionel, mostly because weapons. The weapons I have, best weapon I have, 38 damage, 32 damage. There's a good chance I could wreck both those weapons trying to take him down and still not get very far. I can put together some pretty good damage boosts, so that would help. We would need those with a 3rd tier damage boost, and if I made some better bonus heart foods, we got something with 15 or 20 bonus hearts. It's possible, but I think it would be more fun to do that when we're a little more capable. Let's say the... And I don't want to run right for the Divine Beast. Let's head off, collect shock arrows, and maybe wander off a little bit, do a couple shrines, get some better gear if we can. Someone may have answered already, and if they did, I missed it. Where are the other pieces of the set, the Zora set? Maybe no one knows off the top of their head, but that's all right. Hey, Canadians, how you doing? You know what, while I'm up here, I want to just mention something on the other side. There is a silver shield and a sword that I think is another static respawning set here in the environment. It's good to kind of know where it is. Yeah, go memory. Should be able to leave these here right now since I don't have room for them. Silver shield. And a Zora sword. They sit right here on this bridge, and I expect they would respawn periodically if you took them. Well, you get the picture and return it to her. Oh, she'll give you the greaves. Sweet. Okay. Well, that's even more worth doing. The climbing gear, the swimming gear, and the stealth gear are all so helpful in playing this game. Not in just the areas they come from or those quest lines they might come from, but just throughout the game. How many times do you need to swim across water? Having a speed boost is great. How many times do you need to sneak up on something? There's just no end to all of that, so... Though I lack the shock arrows needed for the job, I'm on my way to take on the Divine Beast Varuta all by myself. Don't try to stop me, Link. Right. You sure you know what you're doing? Dangerous to go alone. Ah! What did you say? I, Segan, used to strike fear into the hearts of demons just by setting foot onto the battlefield. Stopping the Divine Beast Varuta will be simpler than taking a fish from a baby. No trouble at all, I say. Still, according to my fortune today, I should be cautious of injury. In light of that, I think it would be for the best if I call it a day. Yeah, Sagan's gonna go far. Yes, sir. East gate is all clear, sir. Oh, well, if it isn't Master Link, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? We used to play together all the time. That was 100 years ago. My name is Gaddison. The Hylian that Prince Sidon brought here. Don't tell me that was you, Master Link. And what's more, you don't seem to have changed much in the last 100 years. Oh, but I shouldn't be making idle chit-chat just now. Supposed to be fulfilling my officially appointed duty by keeping watch on the East Gate. I must maintain my surveillance of the East Reservoir Lake. We can chat later. Haven't seen you in 100 years. Too busy to talk. See you later. Try again in another 100 years. Ploymus Mountain to the left, East Reservoir Lake to the right. Don't need to rush right up Ploymus Mountain. The helm is at Toto Lake, northernmost part of Zora's domain. I think I had to look that up when I was playing through the first time. Yeah, I decided I wanted to complete the set. That sounds familiar. Grab this lizard off the tree. Pick up this radish. See that spout of water? That must be coming from the Divine Beast. Why it's raining constantly, and why the fish people are actually in danger of drowning. Their reservoir overflows, could destroy their city, and flood down into the valleys below. Everything's so washed out when it's foggy, raining, damp. It's like that here today too. Colorado, it's cold and rainy. No, I looked up eventually when I had about 150 Korok seeds, and I was trying to get the last two weapon slots, which required 55 and 65 seeds, respectively. I actually did look up a Korok seed map, and occasionally the location of something that I was going a little crazy to find. But by no means did I play through by a guide, wandering off in any direction to do anything and getting sidetracked 10 times is one of the great pleasures of this game. And doing anything too overly objective based kind of sucks some of the fun out of it. So we are supposed to meet Sidon up there. Hey, Lemia! There you are. How you doing? Yes, we can talk after the stream. On Discord somewhere. Yes, yes. Not getting any whispers. Why is that? Ryan! Hi, Ryan! Hooker man. But yeah, the world is so vast that if you have in mind to do one specific thing and you don't have a clue where to begin with that one specific thing, the world is too vast often to know where to begin. So I did occasionally look some things up. One of these stone tablets with the history of the Zora here. We're gonna stop and check in with it. Some of them are broken and you can't read them. Letters missing throughout. But History of the Zora, Addendum 2, Prince Sidon's Great Escape. There was once a giant Octorok in Hateno Bay, large as a mountain, which terrorized the village's fishers. Hearing of their distress, Prince Sidon went forth to personally eliminate the offending Octorok. But this Octorok was a tricky beast. After the prince dodged one of the stones it spat, it inhaled him whole. Such had been the fate of many strong warriors who went to slay the Octorok. Not one had come back alive. Just as it seemed Prince Sidon would be counted among them, the giant Octorok twisted in pain. The tip of a silver scale spear pierced the Octorok's stomach from within, revealing itself as the source of the beast's agony. Incredibly, Prince Sidon had fought his way out by stabbing his spear over and over into the monster's stomach. Unable to bear the pain, the Octorok coughed up the prince and scrambled to escape. Ever since, the fishers of Hateno Bay have passed down this heroic tale, the prince who slew the fell Octorok. Hey, Gudgum. Good to see you. I was afraid we wouldn't see you for a little while. What was going on? Your message was somewhat mysterious. Hope you're doing well today. Hope everyone's having a good Friday so far. Should be checking these pools of water. There are a couple pools somewhere around here with things in them. Yeah, I second that hug. I second that hug. More hugs. I wish stuff like that was easier. Alright, let's keep our camera at the ready. Before we explore any further, before we get to the top, let me drop a save here. Well, Gudgeon, we're glad to have you here. And when you need to get away from some of that, you know, it's a good place to come and be. I hope things do get a lot better. But even knowing that they can get a lot better doesn't make it easy, does it? You'll get through it, man. A dragonfly that probably flew off. Every once in a while, you'll see a whole group of butterflies or dragonflies, and as you get closer, even if you sneak up, as you get closer, you'll find that about half the group, they despawn, disappear right away. They were never really there to be caught, but some of them will remain. I don't know what happened to that one I saw. Shatterback Point, this way. Well, those shock arrows that were stuck in the tree down there, we were told that the Lionel will, floating in the air. Oh, it's actually an arrow stuck in a tree that the Lionel will loose volleys of shock arrows. And to collect the 20 that we need, if we're careful, we can just sneak around and grab them off of trees. We don't actually have to taunt the Lionel into shooting them at us, but if he sees us, he will do exactly that. If we can stay out of sight of the Lionel. and somehow managed to sneak a picture of him too. Any sign of the creature? I see is a little fox. He's up here somewhere. All right, stay wary. Ah, he has to make his arrival. Red Mane Lionel. You can come upon Lionel in the land as you wander, with no need to. There aren't cutscenes for most of the Lionel that are wandering out there across the world. Boy, I wish I'd made a little stealth potion right about now. Stop moving. Should count. Alright, now we're in trouble. Let's stage a quick retreat and come back at him. Really don't want him on my ass like that. He is still very much. Let's lay low for a second, see if he's still got a beat on us. We met one the other day. Was firing ice arrows. That was good. We got the picture. Even got a face shot. That red marker with the exclamation mark while taking his picture. If you're ever tasked with taking the picture of some creature or anything, well, any creature, you do need to make sure that marker is in the picture. Even if you're sure you got a nice clear picture of him, if that marker isn't there, it won't count. Fighting him is not even what we're here for. We're here for his shock arrows. And he can spot you over quite a distance, so I will be sneaking even if he's not right nearby. I do want to try to keep an eye on him, though. I'm doing pretty well, Gudgeon, myself. Can't speak for anyone else, but wanted to start early. Get some extra time to dig in today. Mr. Game Boy Jr., hello. Welcome. Come on, little dragonfly. Come down to me. I stand up and take even a step, he'll fly off. All right, he doesn't want to come down right now. Yeah. No, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm horrible. Ah, stop looking over here. Oh, darner. I should have taken a picture of that one since he was holding still. Missed opportunity. Oh, we're still getting spotted from up here. Shit. How am I even going to get to cover before he sees me? Nope. Okay. Well, let's gather up these shock arrows by making a mad, crazy run. So much for stealth. Oh, shit balls. No! Maybe stealth was a better plan than trying to run like crazy. I do have some electric resist. When you have 4 or 5 hearts, it's not going to do that much. You have 10,000 rupees. What should you buy? You should buy the house. You haven't already. That's 3,000 rupees. You may want to hang on to those funds. What are we doing on arrows? I've already got 21 shock arrows. Shit, he's gonna see me again already from where it must have auto-saved. Oh, you can see, there he goes. God, what a punk. You have that. You thought this fight was very easy. Well, if you find fights with Lionels easy, then good for you. You know that most people don't, though, right? One thing you can do with Lionels, besides have more life and more defense from a nicely upgraded set of armor. I do know how to mount and attack him, but right now I have pretty... Do you want to try? Since we're basically going to get his attention here. I'd say 10,000 rupees could go really quickly. I blew through tens of thousands of rupees just buying arrows. Plain arrows. Just jumping around talking to Beetle at every stable and buying plain arrows. I always had an abundance. Okay, so it auto-saved in a spot where he already sees Link. I'm not really keen on trying to fight him with the assortment of weapons I have here. Well, then waste it, Mr. Game Boy, then waste it. If you can waste it, then waste it. I don't know what to tell you to buy it on. If you've already built Tarney Town up and gone through the entire quest line with, is it Hudson? If you go through that entire quest line, it does open up an NPC who will sell you pieces of armor that you may have not found in the land for 4,000 rupees a piece. So that's 12,000 just for a set. So if you're really looking to blow your money and you need something to blow it on, there's that. I did start early, Shadow Dragon, I did. Let me move that autosave, which is exposed on a rock, to a behind a rock. Yeah, so that's the other thing. If you backflip his attacks, or you can, if you time it just right and you jump to the side or backflip his attacks and you can flurry attack, that'll do a lot. If you can either sneak in behind him or hit him in the head maybe with a bomb arrow, bring him to his knees long enough to run in close, you can get behind him and mount him, and unlike when you're mounted on a horse or a deer or something, you can pull out your weapon and actually start beating on him while riding him around. So, yeah, Crash, we got the picture. Picture was no problem. I then got spotted and killed, and autosave in a less than ideal position. But let's say we were going to try this. I have to be able to take a hit or two. And I haven't made any good food buffs yet. Best I can do is 5 extra hearts right now. And my gear, we haven't upgraded any gear yet. I have no armor to speak of. So I already got the picture, Rivali. We got the picture, and it's saved with the picture. We're good to go. We're good to go there. And welcome. Yeah, let's see. Doesn't say anything there, but we did get the picture. Wait, we got a marker on it. We're good. We got the Lionel picture. I don't think fighting him is going to go really well. But I could switch to a better bow. And we could try to bring him to his knees, maybe with a bomb arrow. And try to be ready to climb on his back and beat him up with something. Silver longsword that's two-handed, claymore that's two-handed, maybe something that attacks a little faster. What the heck? Vicious sickle. Let's see what we shall see. Oh, and I absolutely will need to get a damage buff. I at least made a couple good ones. Yeah. One of those. But my parry timing and dodge timing is not good enough to do consistently. I'd prefer to bring him to his knees and then try to repeatedly ride him. Come on. Like that. Then he will knock you off. Guaranteed to happen. Oh, we got a blood moon on the rise. That's messed up. Give him my extra hearts. Get up, Link, get up! Come on! Ah! Why did we not get him out there? I know he wasn't stunned, but still. Blood Moon and Jay keeps fighting. This is not likely to go well. I'm not, you know, the Blood Moon will do its thing. I don't think it'll bring him back to full health, but we'll be able to sort of address whether that really happens or not. I don't really have a lot of bonus hearts left in any food, so... I don't have the Champion's Tunic yet. I don't have it yet. Oh, I was out of bomb arrows. I don't know if shock arrows will actually do anything to him. He seems to be pretty impervious. About half health. Why not? It respawns enemies, yes, but if you're actively fighting one. Let's just watch. I know enemies respawn with the Blood Moon. Not sure I've ever been fighting a big one at the time. And I don't have any fairies. Champion's Tunic, I know it shows how many hit points an enemy has left. What, why do you say it helps a lot, though? Why did it put me back on that hill? It seems like the system, I don't need to load it, but it seems like the system used that autosave and not my hard save. Can we come back and fight him when we have a better chance? When I have a little more gear? When I can take a hit or two? Or have some health buffs? Hell, we'll give it another try. But you can tell, I'm not equipped for this right now. We've already given the fairy 100 rupees and unlocked the first great fairy. Already done that. That might be a good idea, Rivali, to go after the helm while we're already up this high. We have a good way down to the northeastern part. Guess I managed to get him in the head, but I did not manage to stun him that time there. I have. Yeah, I don't feel like doing the brutally compromised version of this. Even if it gets some giggles, it's just not where my head's at now. I want to relax and have fun, all right? Not set up inhuman tasks. No, I think it would be doable, but I'm not trying to turn this into Dark Souls. And it would be doable with this number of hearts and gear. It just would be more painful than it needs to be. It can be fun. Lionels are some of the best fights in the game. But let's just go collect a few more arrows. What we were here for. And then we can see about going to Toto Lake and getting another piece of the gear. Shit, don't climb the tree right now, Link. Excellent timing. Shit. Bad timing, Link. Did I kick the camera there? It felt kind of like I did. We actually need to go west from here. Oh, but we're not going anywhere. Yeah, parrying and dodging is a good tactic for Lionels. Better than my frantically trying to bring them to their knees with a nice bomb arrow to the head. Definitely better if you can parry and dodge. Mr. Game Boy, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Sorry I can't kick Lionel ass quite like you do, but we'll come back to it at a better time. Still, I really don't like that that save has him come in my way. Like to try and run around the edge and grab a few more arrows. Wait till he moves a little bit more. Warp out and get your greaves. No, we don't need to warp out. I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that we are up high on the mountain to get to Toto Lake. We can warp back to get the greaves anytime. You know, there was a reason to climb this tree. Come on, Link. Well, hold on. Don't you get a flurry rush from a parry as well? Parry or dodge, don't they both produce the same opportunity for a flurry rush? Or, what do I have wrong there? Just cut the legs. You know what's nice? Is that you don't have to do any of those things. That you can play the game however the heck you want to play it. You don't have to parry guardians. You don't have to bring Lionels to their knees. You don't have to flurry attack to win. The best things is having the freedom to just play whatever feels most natural. And it can be effective. He's gonna be such a punk, isn't he? Hey there, Rex. There's the blood moon. Come in. Yeah, I did not attempt this fight when I was playing the game at first. Heck no. So if we had killed this Lionel and were standing up here, and then the blood moon hit, he would respawn. No question about that. But if we were fighting him and had him to half health, would this bring him back to full health? I know some people will say yes, but I am not so sure. And at some point, I'd like to see that with my own eyes. I have been fighting groups of enemies when blood moons rose, and the enemies did not reset that I was fighting. Respawn, yes, if they're gone, but it was not my experience that I remember that anything I was ever fighting during a blood moon suddenly went back to full health. I've certainly heard people say that, though. Come on, Link. You'll climb trees when I don't want you to. How about now? How about now? Hey, there's even a shooting star out there we might be able to get to. Okay, cool. We might want to go for that. And a shrine. It's okay, Mr. Game Boy, but thank you for saying so. Yeah, games have a way of bringing that out in people, but not everyone, not the same way. Yeah, I appreciate you're not trying to one up anybody. It's all good. It is all good. Hazcat, I am going to relax now that you have arrived. So this doesn't. If we go for that shooting star and it's only 1 a.m., I think we could probably get there. That doesn't quite take us for Toto Lake, does it? Far off to be useful right now. Okay. Well, Toto Lake is very close, and that is off in the distance. It's really not important that we get a shooting star now. There will be more shooting stars. But you can pick up star fragments if, during the night, you can get to the spot on the map where the shooting star fell before the sun rises. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for another one. What is it, the lake? Crash, it's part of the Zora suit. It's the helmet. So we can warp back to get the Greaves, but we're pretty close to Toto Lake. And it's over that way. Decisions. You're gonna grab that shrine. Yes, but if I go down to that shrine, then I have to get back up and over to Toto Lake. So I'm trying to take advantage of what you suggested, Rivali, right? That we take advantage of being up high to get to Toto Lake a little bit easier right now. There'll be plenty of shooting stars, and we can backtrack for that shrine. Although, maybe I should mark it. Electric choo-choos. Yeah, we don't want to get too close. Choo-choo! Electric choo-choo, as opposed to steam-powered. Luke auto-hosting. Thank you, Luke. There's a Korok on the way. Come back, little Korok. I missed him. He'll come around again. Come along, little Korok. Hey, you know what? Let me, We're really close to Toto Lake. I don't want to forget that that shrine is there. I'd like to have more colored pins. All right, wait, we're at Toto Lake already. So let's mark the shrine. Obus, hey, hey. Can't remember what the deal is down here. Let's see in a minute. No, Link, up! Entrobot gets weirded out when everybody's acting all nice, since he himself is an evil genius. Just can't handle all the niceness. Mr. Game Boy, I think that this is rapidly becoming my favorite Zelda. I have not played them all. I've beaten even fewer than I've played. I mean, once upon a time, I played and beat the first 2 games. I'm sure I had to use Nintendo Power to help me through Adventure of Link. Never beat A Link to the Past. But I've enjoyed all of them. I really like Twilight Princess. But I think this is the one for me. Zora Helm! Hey there, Mifa! I did not play Wind Waker, and although I like the cell shaded, I kind of like the art style, which has made another appearance here in this game. I didn't like the big-eyed, everybody is a kid with a giant head look. That chibi art is it doesn't work for me in certain existing properties like Zelda. I just couldn't handle everyone being a kid with big head and giant eyes. In particular Link. And it's the same thing with the 3D Final Fantasy remakes. I was so excited that they were remaking them. And then they went with chibi art, where everyone is a child with a big head and giant eyes. And it really threw me off. Oh well, that's neither here nor there. Wombat, hello, Wombat, welcome. Very glad to have that Zora helm. We're still doing a little bit of climbing around right now, so I'm not going to put it on, but it allows you to use spin attack. That's not a property on the other Zora pieces. It's the helm, I'll show you, that allows you to use the spin attack in the water. So instead of just dashing like that, you can spin attack like that. It's not really that useful. If you've used the spin attack, what have you used it for? I can't catch Lizalfos like that. I can occasionally take out an Octorok like that. Nor is it really good for catching fish. So if you use the spin attack, what do you use it for? Well, I don't know. See, woo, that's the art style, not the cel shaded, but the chibi art, is really my only complaint. And I haven't played Wind Waker, so I can't speak to the quality of the game, or the puzzles, or the story, or the portrayal of the characters. None of that. I haven't experienced it, so I'm happy to consider that it may be a great game that I'm missing out on because I find the art style, the chibi part of the art style, distracting. Gypsy girl, hello. Good for Lizalfos if they charge you in the water. Interesting. If they charge you in the water. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. That could be useful. Link is pretty much the only one who has that style that bothers you, and he is a kid. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not saying it's a reasonable deal breaker for me, just that I allowed it to be a deal breaker for me. It was extremely distracting. Sometimes it's something small that gets us in a big way. Alright, we have plenty of shock arrows. We'll have the full Zora outfit really soon. We got 29 shock arrows. Okay, I don't know if you can see, there's a bunch of, can't tell yet if they're butterflies or dragonflies. It'd be a real pain to get pictures of, but as I got, come on. Not good enough. Gold darner, we got one. There appeared to be about a dozen in the air, but as you get a little closer, there's only really a few that stick around to be picked up. Oh. Oh! It was a really weak club, but holding it just because I had a slot at the time. Come on, stamina, please. Okay, shrine, should we go to that shrine? Out here? Before we go anywhere else? I might be able to come in up above them and land on them. That wasn't really what I was aiming for. No! Bring back my loot! If I go down there for his body parts, I'm gonna have a hard time climbing up this wall again right now, so. At least it wasn't almost broken like the other one. Can't remember if I ever did anything down in that little spiral sandbar. Shit, I could have... it's tempting to go for that tower up there, but we're going to be so far below it now already. That tower. Like we're going through some clouds and fog. Not as clear as it might be, but... We're also going against the wind. It feels like we're drifting very slowly right now. Don't want to run out of stamina before I get over land. Or to be too high up when I run out of stamina. So if you do get to a shrine, even if there's stuff around it you want to do before going in, may as well unlock it. It's a fast travel point. If you get distracted or anything, at least come back to it. Such as Korok, little offering. One of the Korok puzzles. Which one of these things is not like the other? Which one of these things does not belong? Come on, Link. Of course you missed. Of course. I'm blaming that on Link. It was all Link. Had nothing to do with it. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I like all the colored trees down there. Hey, look, there's another shrine off in the distance. Go ahead and mark that. You wish they had added a mechanic to turn the aim circle when dropping items. A little finer control over that would be great. I would like that too. Hey, we'll actually have a matched set of gear when we go back to Zora Domain and get the Greaves from Laflat. And we should go back to the Great Fairy and see what it's going to take to upgrade those, the first tier, where we have nothing in the way of armor yet. First tier armor is so weak. This looks like a test of strength. I agree, Wombat. More games had more verticality. That would be that'd be most pleasing, and this game does a great job with it. It takes Hyrule Bass, right? I honestly don't remember what it takes for most of these upgrades. I was more recently playing late game and trying to get that 4th tier and all the gear. Even that I'm starting to forget, but I have more of those ingredients in my head than the first few tiers right now. Minor test of strength should be pretty straightforward. May as well use this bow, let it break. Should be able to... I know I gotta save 20 plus shock arrows, but we could use a couple of them. And I don't necessarily want to burn through my strongest sword right now. What would be good? We're gonna be getting some spears before too long. Stasis, which initially cannot be used on enemies. Once stasis is upgraded, it can be used on enemies, and even though the stronger enemies will not freeze very long, will only hold them for 1 or 2 or 3 seconds, maybe a little more sometimes, they're great for helping with the moderate and the major test of strengths. Yeah, Rivali, we don't have to go after Varuta right away. I do want to do that today, but we've got a little extra time to play with since I started early. Go ahead and use this 2nd tier damage buff. Don't necessarily need it, but why the heck not? I prefer making just 3rd tier buffs. Save up the ingredients, make tier 3 buffs. Save up the ingredients, tier 3 buffs. Yes, we could buy shock arrows, but they get expensive. I didn't even mean to lose that arrow. My bow broke. No, actually, Rivali, if anything, I'm hoping to have started an hour early and maybe run an hour late, if it works out. Get a couple extra hours today. Right, that's the first tier battle axe. Drop something for it. We'll see how it goes. Another big part of this is how does the stream hold up itself? As on what happens. Get picks! I should get picks. Remember though, when I'm taking pics of things like weapons, it's not really to hunt down more versions of those weapons. It's just to try to maybe at some point have a complete compendium. Is there any benefit to finishing the compendium? I did not ever fill it up. We won't be able to use the sensor to track down weapons generally. I think there's something you would get from the Hateno lab people. That makes sense if anyone was going to. They're the ones who told you to go take pictures of everything. Yeah, I didn't even get close. Said you missed a ton of the enemies. I missed a ton of everything trying to do that. Wonder what it would take to get up there. This is probably not a good time to try to get up there. Better that we leap from another cliff that's easier to get to. At least land on somewhere where we don't have to start from the bottom of the hill. That shrine is not nearby either. That shrine is all the way up here. That green pin the tower? Pin is off somewhere else. Oh, another thing about these offerings, after you've unlocked the Korok, you can take what you put down. You can take that back. And the other ones that were there. Not gonna go away, he's not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna take away your Korok seed. Moblin on horseback. Bokoblin. Sorry, not a moblin. Bokoblin. That's a nice little bow. What's he doing with a 36 damage bow? Shit. He startled me with the bomb arrow. $25 damage bow. We'll take that one too. I'll have to drop something. We could even take his horse. But, run free, horsey, run free. If I can get to that waterfall, we can, get back up to the top. It's tempting to go after that tower. It really is. East Socala Bridge. Really like how every bit of the map is named, uniquely named. Every little place, every little pond, almost every hill seems to have its own name. Really helps make the world feel like it breathes. So, see, there's a bunch of dragonflies up ahead. There won't be as many, even if I sneak up, there won't be as many when I actually get there. Be lucky if there's one or two that are actually floating around. See, where did they go? They didn't fly away because of noise. I think that was a case where there weren't really any there. What a beautiful world. You're right. The more central areas in the game, not all mapped out level by level, but the more central areas of the game seem to come with a presumption that you will explore them earlier, and the outskirts of the map seem to presume that you will get to them a little later, maybe being stronger and better equipped. But so what? Just because I don't want to take down a Lionel with 5 hearts and no armor. I wouldn't mind trying to climb a tower in a weakened state. And maybe I'll get my ass handed back to me. I don't know. We'll see. Did that put us on the map? Right on the edge of what's revealed. Passing through Upland, Zorana. You might even want to start a little higher than the edge. Maybe from up here. So what's the goal? The goal is to at least land there. The rain is making it hard to see. If the weather were more clear, we would be able to clearly see what was on the other side. As it is, we'll have to deal with what we got. Yeah, so that was the Zora helmet that gave us, no, actually it was chest piece. Helmet gave us the ability to dash. The chest piece gives us the ability to swim up waterfalls like that. I don't think the Greaves have a special ability. You know, jumping off that extra rock did barely anything, because look at how high I am passing this cliff edge. I'm only 4 or 5 feet higher. Oh shit, this one has flying guardians. Looking right down here where I'm headed. That is not ideal. This is why I aim at Keese with a lock on. Wait for them to get close. Enough. What's your problem? Lock on and take them out like that. There, Keese. Hey, Richie Hollis, auto-hosting middle-aged stream, hosting, thank you. Akala Citadel Ruins. Yeah, this may be asking for trouble trying to get to and up this tower right now. Should also put on, I have 1 piece of the climbing set. That would be something to go after. The other 2 pieces of the climbing set. Not that I remember where they're from, but those would be very useful. Killing the skeleton moblins gives some nice weapons. It can. It can. Keep in mind, I'll listen to and consider any suggestions of what to do, but there's so much we can do. Most of it, we can't go in every direction at once. So what we do when there'll be plenty of things that we don't do that we could do that would be cool to do, but we're gonna keep moving a lot of the time. Shit. I thought we were gonna get a sneak strike on him. But keep the suggestions coming. It's good to know where things are, and I'm sure we'll all pick up things from each other about what we can do. Don't want to touch the purple stuff. What does the game refer to that as? Corruption? Looking for a point where I feel like I can approach from. It's magenta. Technically, it's magenta. Get it right. Okay, you see that eye in there? The eyeball? Not every patch of this purple corruption has a corresponding eyeball, but a lot of them do. And destroying the eyeball, any of the eyeballs, well, okay, that was interesting. I bet we can do something with that. Don't think I did anything with this before, though. Let's keep that around. Maybe we'll do something with it. But you can remove a bit of the surrounding corruption by taking out an eyeball. Did we drop a save here? I don't know when it last auto-saved. Crash. So the other two pieces of the climbing set are in shrines. Maybe it would be worth going after those shrines. Targeting them and going after them. Getting across here didn't really do much unless we can destroy some of the surrounding corruption. We can't jump onto the other platforms yet. Can't quite jump to the tower yet. And I think I got onto the tower a completely different way before. Could be possible to get to the inside there with the block that fell. The steel board. Maybe right here. Maybe. Maybe if I could get it to lean. Maybe if I could get it to lean. Or would it just fall down into the... That's too steep. You see what I'm thinking about, though, right? This may be a bad plan. Oh, it needs to be far enough in. Damn. That might work. Let's try it. Okay, it kind of worked. That was iffy. They're so rupee poor right now. 100 seems like a lot. Oh, this guy's gonna be a little tough, isn't he? Wonder if he'll come down here. Don't think he will. May not matter. Oh, hi! Bye. What happens if he falls in the corruption? I don't know if it'll do anything. Somebody down there with ice arrows and... Can't stand on that. It's definitely not how I got onto the tower once upon a time. Maybe from over there. Let's see, what does the corruption do? Nothing? He can stand in it. Alright. Okay, Link's now shivering. Put on the warm doublet. We're gonna have to spiral around this thing. I wanna make sure I have enough stamina to do that. So, Ravala, you can get on top by climbing onto the side and fly over. It's very hard with Twitch delay to get orientation, suggestions about orientation. But, I think what we'll be able to do... No, this is not a side. This is non-viable. Non-viable. Also because of that. That was a weird way to die. That archway. You can get on top by climbing on the side, then fly over from that archway. So jumping onto the tower where I just did, can't climb through the corruption, and even though you can kind of climb around it in a few spots, not in that spot. Archway where you were on top. Hold that thought, Crash. Hold that thought. Saying that archway, climb on top of that archway. Probably work with that if I can get back over. Kind of iffy, but I think that'll work. Yeah, I think we have the Hiteno Tower open, Crash. That should be all right. Yes! We also need to not get knocked off by the arrows. But I think we should be able to lose their attention pretty quickly. I think we're gonna be good. Take a good look around from here too. This is the Akala Tower, and then this is the whole northeast section of the map, isn't it? This is good. I'm glad we did this. Hey, Edge. I didn't see you there. Welcome, man. You snuck in quietly. The hey-ya. Well, hey-ya, Edge. Yeah, that's the northeast part of the map. There's a labyrinth in the very northeast corner that I've played around in, but I never did solve. I never did figure out any way through to the shrine in that labyrinth. That the other ancient tech lab? I think maybe off in the distance. Labyrinth is beyond it. Can't quite see it from here. Is that where Tarny Town's gonna end up? I think that's where Tarny Town will be. You can see so much from up on this one. I think that shrine is one I often travel to. You know what? We gotta go back that way. Something's over there that's very reachable right now. Hey, there's Edge. So tired today. You had the sleep test to get your CPAP settings last night, so horrible sleep. I'm sorry, that was crummy. Did they get the info they needed, though? Also, can't really demonstrate unless we go there, and I want to go in a different direction, but if you see those 3 trees that are standing out by themselves, if you find a group of trees that stand out from everything else and they look nearly identical in a line like that, this was the only type of Korok puzzle that I didn't even know existed, and I had stared at trees like that trying to figure out what about them could possibly be a puzzle. Do you chop them all down? Do you blow them all up at once? What do you do? I eventually, when I wanted to get those last 2 weapon slots, and I needed so many damn Korok seeds, I finally looked up what the different types of puzzles were. And it turns out that the one I was never gonna figure out on my own ever is this style of puzzle, where you have fruit on trees, and kind of like the block arrangements or the ring of stones that you need to complete, you need to get the hanging fruit on these trees to match. And when these 3 trees all have the same fruit hanging from them, Korok, anyways, learn from my distress. And that is a thing. Where I want to go, though, is over here. Anyone else know what's over there? We could warp back to that shrine and get there very easily, but why not take a nice long flight? I may even need a stamina buff to get all the way there, but I think we've got the height for it. One of the rewards of exploring in this game is that if you see something at a distance that looks curious or different, something catches your eye, probably caught your eye for a reason. Shit. I wasn't looking. Man, when did I use all that stamina? Looking at you. I can't use these multi-wheel stamina items. Damn it! Nearly lost that completely. Lucky Link, he's plummeting and he has time to pull out a vial and drink it. Or stuff his face full of food. may not have a... Can I get a picture of a truffle? Hardy truffle. Hey, Kim, nice catch. Yeah, that was just about a year ago. That's a heck of a random pull. This is really good. This serves a couple purposes coming over here. Because over here, oh, you know, I'm too broke for this. At least we can warp back here later. I scared off the fairies already. I can sneak up on a couple of them. Fairies will reappear and respawn near the great fairies when you either have none or maybe if you have one. But if you're carrying 3 or 4 fairies, it seems to me they don't respawn until you're down and out. Boy, sweet boy, please listen to my story. I am the great fairy Mija. This place was once a beautiful spring. But as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my power has abandoned me. I'm nearly powerless now, so I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. All I need is 500 rupees. I think I'm short of that. We'll have to come back again, but I can get the 500 quick. What's this? You're broke? How tragic. How dreadfully tragic. We already got to one of the great fairies. Finding an additional one, she will do the same job, but if you've found 2 fairies, you can get the 2nd tier upgrades. And either fairy can give you the 1st and 2nd tier upgrades once you've found 2. Same for 3 and 4. But one good reason to revisit the great fairy ponds, is they all seem to have Endura carrots, as well as some other nice plant life around them. So, if every once in a while you make a little trip to the different great fairy ponds, it's a good way to stack up Endura carrots. Can you open the map for Wu? Yes. What are we looking for? Where the great fairy is? Where we are? Weird, it doesn't even say Great Fairy Pond, because we haven't paid her yet. But on the northeast part of the map, northeast of Zora's domain, and just northeast of the Dahesho Shrine. I missed that. I was reading I have turned chat to my cause. Soon they'll be complaining about the rain. I missed the part about... Oh, yeah. Do you mind pulling up the map and showing exactly where you are right now? Sorry, I did miss that before. Thank you all for jumping on me. So I would do that. These were a neat few islands to explore. Davdi, Knuckle, Ankle, Tingle Island. There's so many completely unnecessary but delightful places in this game you can go to. Forgetting the 40-something hour, 100% speedrun, the fact that you can speedrun this game in less than an hour, approximately an hour, and you could also spend 150 hours in a single playthrough, really speaks to how much there is out there and how much of it is just up to you if you want to explore. Tingle Island has a shrine. Okay. There was a lot to mine out on those islands, and a lot of rickety paths right around the edge. Really narrow paths, busted wooden platforms, and long drops. Couple floating, flying guardians as well. I think there is another Korok puzzle around here too. You see these flowers that do sort of stand out. The group, there's one, which changes color if we go near it. Now, if you do things incorrectly, it will reset. But this is as simple as they get. They're often scattered about a bit more. But if you go from the 1 to the 2, to the 3, the 4, and where's 5? Looks like it's up in this tree. Follow them in order. Another Korok for you. I'm not gonna head out to those little islands right now. But let's go back to Zora Domain. Let's warp back to Zora Domain. We can get the Greaves, sell a couple items, cook, and then sell a couple things. And come back here to the Great Ferry, see what we can get upgraded. There's a couple different Korok puzzles that involve flowers. I mean, there's that style, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's also chase the white flower. Every time you get to the flower repositions itself. Some of those are very straightforward. Some of those take you crazy places you don't want to be, like underneath a bridge over a chasm. We're gonna need a cook pot. And there's one right here. You know what? This is a good one to keep in mind. If you ever see the blood moon rising and you want to take advantage of the blood moon to cook, this might be as close as you get. There are probably a few others just as close, but the shrine being right there and the cook pot being right here, fast travel point, cook pot right next to it. It doesn't get much closer, if at all. Raw prime meat. 5 raw prime meat will sell for more than 200 rupees. Cook those up. See, there's that tasty looking meat. Doesn't that look tasty? Doesn't that look tasty? I can't be the only one who gets hungry looking at that. Won't get as much for these, but... $15 heart skewer. Yeah, it's nice, but it's not extra hearts. Those aren't yellow hearts, so wouldn't do me all that much good. Anything else I actually want to cook right now? We've got some basic heals, some stamina refills, low-grade haste buffs, some hold resistance. Yeah, it is. We're coming up on, we're gonna take a break in a few minutes here, and I'm gonna go eat the leftover pork chops. Endura carrots are good. You cook them by themselves, and they will be a complete stamina refill. So if you end up investing in a second ring or even a third ring of stamina, a single carrot by itself will be a complete stamina recovery. And kind of like the hardy items that overfill your hearts and give you temporary hearts, this gives you a little bit of extra temporary stamina. And yeah, you could stack up 5 carrots to get a couple extra wheels of stamina. But I found I didn't do that as much as cooking them singles. Anybody here a vendor? Other side. Hi to you. I spent a lot of money on arrows, but I won't start buying arrows yet. Gotta have much more steady cash flow before that.
Hi.
Swift violets. I should have bought swift violets though, when I spent so much time looking for... I needed 45 of them.
Oh.
I want to sell. Hopefully longer than 4 hours, Steven. Hello to you. Gonna break in a few minutes, eat a quick lunch, come back and continue, but hopefully we'll be more than 4 hours today. So no promises on tomorrow being more than 4 hours. Still just 4 on the schedule. So that skewer of 5 raw prime meat is 210, and if you happen to have 5 gourmet meat, that's 490.
Oh.
That seems to me one of the easiest way to make rupees is just kill lots of animals and take their meat and cook it up.
Oh.
And don't tell PETA. Not much for these, but I'll take the extra rupees.
Oh.
Right on, Steven.
Oh.
A good last hour at work. We'll see you in a bit. Anyways, that's enough for the ferry. I expect that we're gonna get blocked when we get back to the ferry. Anyways, we probably won't have enough ingredients to do much in the way of upgrades. At least we'll know what we need to get. Soul Escape and Jill Claire auto hosting. Thank you for the hosts. Hey, LaFleur, we get your picture. Hi. Link, how is that Lionel mission coming along? Got your picture. Oh, wow, please show me. Are you scared? Are you scared? I think she's scared. My apologies. That sound was not very dignified, was it? Pardon me, I'm all better now. That Lionel, how terrifying. One look at this, and I doubt anyone would get any reckless ideas about visiting Ploymus Mountain. Thank you. I'll tell the children of the domain about this. Maybe that will scare them away from the mountain. Oh, right. Now for your reward. Da-da-da-da. I do. I glow, Edge. I glow. Yes, thank you for that. These Zora Greaves were once made by skilled craftsmen by order of an ancient Zora king. Now they're fairly common. You may know East Reservoir Lake was created in a collaboration between Hylians and the Zora. After East Reservoir Lake was finished, we made Zora Greaves as a token of friendship for Hylians who came to visit. But over time, the number of Hylians visiting the domain dwindled, and my father had to close his armor shop. These Zora Greaves here were the last pair left in the stockroom when he closed up shop. Wearing these, even a Hylian can swim as well as a Zora. That said, these would be wasted on me. They're only useful for a Hylian like you. Please, take good care of them. Yeah, with our first complete set. Not only do we look like a fish, but, oh, we don't get the set bonuses till all the pieces are at least rank 2. Right? They have to be upgraded twice. The guy who wants the stones that you're talking about right now, I do know where he is. He's right down here. And I don't think he will trade in stones till after we do the Divine Beast. Or he might now that we've spoken to the king. But, yeah, we should be able to do it once, and then the rest we'll have to come back for. Oh, if it isn't the Hylian. You listened to what King Dorfin had to say. Yes, so that is the cause of our suffering in Zora's domain. It's all because of that beast, Ruta. That's why my senior apprentice, Franck, and I are repairing the domain. However, our materials are a bit depleted. Yeah, repairs require a large number of luminous stones. You can find plenty of them around Upland Zorana, and in a lot of other places. Have you by chance already stumbled across some luminous stones during your travels? For instance, if you have 10 of them, that would be a big help. I think I do. Here are your stones.
Oh.
Thank you. You're really giving me 10 luminous stones? In that case, please excuse me while I count them. And a 1.
Oh.
And a 2. And a 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10.
Oh.
Oh my, you really brought all 10. Thank you. Yes, I will happily take those luminous stones from you. Oh, that's right. I must reward you. A diamond, the most precious gem one can find in Hyrule. And what's more, I'll give you 1 extra as a bonus. Diamond! You're a lifesaver, truly. If you ever find yourself in possession of 10 luminous stones in the future, I hope you'll bring them to me. But if that happens, know that I'll only be able to give you 1 diamond for them. I would be honored if you would accept it when the time comes. So, I am sitting on 5 more stones, but I think even if I had 10 more now, he might not keep trading until we've done the main quest. But, good, we got a couple diamonds. Diamonds sell for 500, I think 500 rupees, but they can also be used in combination with other stuff to remake the special champion weapons, which we don't have any of yet. But while most weapons break and are simply gone, and eventually the Master Sword breaks and then recharges on its own, there are a few special weapons which will break, but can be reforged. And you need, and I was getting to that, Rivali. So, 10 stones will actually sell for 70 apiece, so 700 for 10 stones, and the diamond's only 500. So if you are trading in luminous stones to get diamonds to sell, it is not worth it. But if you're trading in luminous stones to get diamonds to reforge broken champion weapons, it is worth it. So there's that. Let's go back to this minor test of strength so we can float down to the Great Fairy Fountain. And then I'll break for 5 or 10 minutes. Some stuff queued up here. Oh shit, did we get here in the middle of a lightning storm? We did! Okay, hold on. Want to see how hellish a lightning storm is? I'm just gonna keep my Metal Gear equipped. Metal Gear? Keep an eye on Link. See how he's sparking? He's sparking more, and more, and more, and more, and more! Run, Link, run! Link became a lightning rod. Literally. And burned a fairy in the process. Lightning storms are vicious. And we're just up on this little plateau. But if you don't unequip your Metal Gear, you're in trouble. And that means shield, you gotta be using at least, okay, this is a wood shield, not a problem. Do I have a bow that is not metal? This is a wooden bow, so we're good. It was the sword. It was the soldier's broadsword. You can see the weapons here are flashing. You can see which ones are metal or which ones are going to act as a lightning rod and which ones aren't. Yeah, with Rivali and Mifa here, yes, we need a Goron in chat. And a Gerudo. Even if you're not equipped with Metal Gear during a lightning storm, lightning will still strike. It will also strike metal in the landscape, so if there is a sword stuck in the ground somewhere, that will also act as a lightning rod. And be mindful. Backed up so I could Oh, yeah. Struck down a tree right next to me. Scariest damn weather I've ever experienced in a game. Stuff just goes flying, gets set on fire. Like if it strikes the water, I imagine I would get electrocuted anyways. I want that ferry though. There we go. Ah, you've returned. Now you have rupees for me, right, boy? 500 rupees, you greedy fairy, you. Thank you. You are too kind. Ah, the power! It's overflowing! Sparkly. So you're the one who released me. I was expecting someone bigger. But a slim little lad like you will do just fine, yes? Thanks to you, my power has been returned to me. I think you'll agree, a good deed deserves a good reward. I can enhance your clothing, but I require the necessary materials to do it. With the power available to me, I can enhance your clothing a fair amount. So, first fairy will be able to enhance your clothing a little bit, but once you find a second fairy, they will both say a fair amount. Then I think it's a great deal, and then maybe to the max. Whatever they say, enhance away. Some things cannot be enhanced, like this old shirt, well-worn trousers, the DLC Switch shirt, the warm doublet. But all the armor sets that you can get can be enhanced. The first tier for the Climber's set, each of the 3 items will require 5 hightail lizards and 5 electric key swings. We don't have them. We also don't have the other 2 pieces of the set. Hylian trousers, easy enough to upgrade. The first tier just takes 8 bokoblin horns and 5 fangs. We've got plenty. The great fairies are very suggestive, but at each tier they get increasingly more suggestive. If you haven't seen what To the Max does to a great fairy, or what a great fairy does to Link when you enhance something to the max, well, you'll get to see it eventually. Chaos! What's up, Chaos? How are you doing? Any other clothing items you want me to work on? Yes! Yes. We cannot do the second tier yet of the Hylian trousers. Oh, that's, is that? Because we just did the second tier. That's why. Question marks, are because we have not found a third great fairy. So did we get those trousers with 1 star on them already? I'm not thinking about things clearly, or am I? Did we already upgrade that bandana once, too? This is the second tier. Electric key swings and hightail lizards. Be for the second tier. Hey, Jason. Welcome. So, we don't need too much to do the first tier upgrades on the Zora armor. Need a total of 9 Lizalfos horns, 3 apiece, so we can do them all. Most armor sets will max out at 20 defense per the 4th tier. They'll start at 3 and end up at 20. The stealth armor is a little weaker. And the ancient armor, when we get there, is a little stronger. Those can max out at 28 defense per. There we go. Oh, while you're here, some sets, if you enhance all parts of them twice, can give you a nice extra set bonus when you wear them. This isn't true of everything I can enhance, sadly. Any other clothing items you want me to work on? Bring it! So the second tier Zora Greaves, I think we're getting lucky here. Need 5 Hyrule Bass, so for all 3 we need 15. Got 18. And the Zalfos talons, we need 5 of each. We've got 17. We need 15 for all 3. So we're going to be able to get all of the Zora gear to tier 2 right now. And we'll get the set bonus from them as well. Ha! Daruk the Goron. Is that you, Rivali? Nice, nice, nice. As long as someone's taking care of it. But can you be a Rito and a Goron all at once? These greaves have been passed down among the Zora for generations. We just made them better. But we cannot yet look at what the 3rd tier upgrades will take until we've found a 3rd great fairy. One of my dogs just brought a whole lot of mud. She jumped up on the bed, moved around a bit, shook off the water, and now she's leaving. She just delivered mud and water onto my bed.
Oh.
First tier upgrade, she blows you a kiss. Second tier upgrades, she plants one on you with her finger. And she does not stop there. Jason, I'm not sure I get the question. Asking about Link and Mipha or Link and Zelda. Is there a question in there? Mipha definitely has a thing for Link. Had a thing for Link. And Zelda did too, doesn't she? Not sure I could say where Link's heart lies. I'll skip these animations we just saw a couple times. Got a few more to do. Ah, there you go. In your mind, who's Link banging? You think my mind goes there?
Oh.
You think we're playing a BioWare game? What do you think we're doing? Link loves Epona. There you go. Link loves all the ladies. What are you talking about? Jason, you hope the DLC is about Mipha? I presume it will take place in the current time frame and won't go back 100 years, but who knows? I don't know what they're planning. We've gone from having 9 total defense, or 11 depending on what we were wearing, to now we should have 24 defense with the 3 pieces and a set bonus. Swimming's gonna get a lot easier. I wanted to enhance other pieces of clothing, but that does not seem possible. If you get clothes and materials, or if you restore my sister's powers, then I believe I can help you. See you later. And gone. So now we get the set bonus. Swim, dash, stamina up. Now swim, dash, stamina up doesn't actually regenerate stamina, right? Doesn't it just use less? Doesn't actually replenish stamina, does it? I mentioned before I never did much with the swim dash. Didn't know what to attack with it. But it's break time. A little over break time. Let me disappear for a break. Then we'll continue. We'll be going at least another couple hours and hopefully 3 or 4 more still. So let's do that. Go stretch your legs, grab a drink, hug an animal or a human, and meet me back here. If you're taking off, have a good one. We'll catch you later. Otherwise, meet you back here in about 10. Cheers.